So we're back in the shop again, guys. I'm doing a couple tweaks on the CVO Road Glide ST. Back here again with John Terrido, my guy, doing the work on the bike. So I'm finally changing the exhaust on here, guys. So the pipe I'm going with is the Vance and Hines Supersport 2-in-1. It's a stainless steel pipe. It caught my eye. I've been kind of waiting for the right pipe, and I take everything into account. Things like reliability, the brand, the sound, the look of the pipe. So I think all those things considered, this is the pipe I've gone with. I am not tuning my bike at all, so I'm just directly bolting this thing up to the motorcycle, which was another thing I took into account. A lot of pipes out there, you can't just bolt it right up and have it run good. This pipe, it works pretty well with the stock tune. So we're throwing it on there, gonna get a little bit more sound out of it, give it that stainless look, a little bit more performance raw aesthetic to it, which is something that I was gonna go for as well on this bike. I'm also making a couple other little tweaks. I'm going back to the flat out bar on the front. So I'm going back to my stock engine guard. I originally swapped it out so I could put highway pegs on here. And if I'm going on a long trip, I may swap it out again. I don't know, we'll see. But I really miss the look of the flat out bar. It's kind of synonymous with this bike. So I decided to put it back on there, just kind of give it that, you know, the CVO ST look. And I'm also doing a little bit shorter windshield on here as well. The reason I'm swapping out my windshields, and I'm gonna keep it, I may swap it back, but I just feel like the one I went to is just a little bit too tall, and it just doesn't look as sporty as I'd like my bike to look. So I'm dropping it down to a 10-inch Sport Black, a little bit smaller. I think it looks the best proportionally on the bike as well. So we're dropping down the windshield just a little bit. This one doesn't look bad. This is like the 12 or something like that. And it blocks the wind off my head really, really well. Maybe I'll regret putting this one on because maybe the wind deflection won't be as good on the 10-inch. In fact, it probably won't be, but it's a balance, right, guys? And I always have this discussion with people. It's a balance between aesthetics and function, you know, what the bike is gonna do, performance in the winds, out on the road. So I'm trying to find that balance, and sometimes things are guess and check. So I'm gonna run this for a little bit, see how I like it. All right, so John's prepping the exhaust a little bit before he bolts it up. What are we doing here, John? What's kind of the procedure you usually do?
On Vance and Hines exhaust systems, you got to install the heat shields before you can put on the pipe. They clearance enough so you can still get the exhaust nuts on, but the clamps are so hard to get on, and because the heat shield's more wrap around more of the pipe than the stock one does, so you have to install the heat shields before you put the pipe on.
Is that an aesthetic thing? Like when the heat shield wraps around, it looks better when it wraps around the pipe more?
Yeah, it kind of makes it look like it's the actual pipe instead of a heat shield.
Yeah, after being in the shop for so long, the technicians, they comment on different things about exhaust and stuff. And obviously I see a lot of exhaust systems come through here as well. And Vance and Hines, I can definitely tell you, has one of the better fit finishes when it comes to exhaust systems out there. There's a lot of smaller companies that make exhaust, and a lot of them are really good, but a lot of times the fit and finish isn't quite as good as like some of the top dogs like Vance and Hines is. So when I choose parts for my personal bike, I take all these things into account. Runnability, especially without tuning the bike. I don't want to tune it with an aftermarket tuner because then that compromises your warranty. And so I don't want to do that. So we're just bolting the pipe up. I wanted to do a full exhaust system. I want to do something stainless steel. It's a little bit trendy. A lot of guys are doing it right now, but I think it looks really cool. So that's kind of some of the criteria that I based my decision off of. All right, so we just got the pipe on. I'm getting excited. It looks really good. We have not started it up yet, but we're gonna be firing it up here pretty soon. And honestly, I don't know why I waited so long to do this. There's nothing like a good exhaust system on a bike to really make it feel like a Harley. So we're fired up pretty soon. John's just getting the floorboards back on. We're gonna swap out the windshield and the engine guard. Shouldn't take too long. And yeah, we'll see how it goes. You know, it's part of owning a Harley is just kind of tweaking things and just trying different stuff and having fun with it. So that's exactly what I'm doing. I'm just testing different parts and figuring out exactly what I want on this thing. John, I know you've seen a lot of exhaust systems in your day. What's your initial impression of the Supersport Vance and Hines?
I like it. It looks has good fit, and the finish is really nice. I like that old school style muffler, but it looks really good on the bike, and waiting to hear how it sounds.
All right, let's fire it up, man. Definitely louder than stock, that's for sure. Sounds good though. Alright, so time for the best part of all. We're going to take the bike out and give it a test ride. So I want to give a shout out to Vongasphalt, our friend from the East Coast. He rode all the way out from New York to come ride with us in downtown LA. You guys may have seen him on Instagram. His photography is phenomenal. You may have seen him on YouTube channels like FXDLS Brooklyn and things like that. But I also wanted to cover a very frequently asked question. A lot of people are asking me what I tune my exhaust with, so I'll repeat myself. I did not put any tuner on my bike at all, mostly because I live in the state of California. If I lived outside of the state of California, I would definitely use the Screaming Eagle Pro Street Tuner combined with the Screaming Eagle Smart Tune Pro automatic tuning module. But both of those Screaming Eagle tuning components are not California legal on a 24 model year CVO Road Glide ST. And so because they're not California compliant, I cannot put them on my bike. It's impossible for us to tune them with our digital tuning technicians here at the dealership. There is the option of putting an aftermarket tuner on my bike, but I don't do that because if you do that, you're seriously compromising your powertrain warranty on the motorcycle. I'm going to put a link to a video I've done in the past with our service manager, Steve Garcia, on this topic. We cover all the ins and outs of the EPA, CARB, California Air Resource Board, and the warranty implications of all that stuff. And it helps people navigate the ins and outs of exhaust modifications on your bike and how that potentially can affect your warranty. So based on my personal risk threshold and how I balance that with sounds and aesthetics and how I choose my exhaust, this is the pipe I went with, and I did not tune it. You can't get away with it with all exhaust systems out there. Some exhaust systems, if you just bolt them right up, they're gonna run like crap. This pipe actually does have a catalytic converter in it with a baffle, and so it runs really good with just the stock tune on it.
Yeah, what do you got?
Breakout.
Okay.
2016. Pro Street Breakout.
Oh.
That pipe sounds good.
Yeah, I'm happy with it.